Welcome to Twale TV Sports, where we bring you everything English Premier League and sports in general. And you can also visit our entertainment channel, Twale TV Entertainment. Well, I'm watching West Ham play Fiorentina in the Europa Conference League final as I speak, and it's a bit boring for me, to be honest. David Moyes seems to be playing not to lose rather than playing to win. So he's dug in all first half. They've just started second half, and the same style of being too cautious. And Antonio, for me up front, is more or less like a wasted player because he hardly gets the ball. Whenever he gets the ball, you have Fiorentina players all over him and he can't do anything. So it's not making sense to me. Over pragmatism sometimes can really upset the neutrals or the fans because it's a final and you're supposed to go out to win it. So it's about 70-30 percentage of the ball possession, majority to Fiorentina, of course. But we shall wait and see. It's a final. It doesn't mean Fiorentina are going to win it. So let's wait and see what happens. Ange Postecoglou, if I'm right, Ange Postecoglou is the name on every Tottenham fans' lips as of, well, for the last couple of days. And, there have been lots of mixed emotions and reactions. Some Tottenham fans rate him really highly. Some feel, okay, all right, come ça, let's manage him, let's see what happens. And with the pundits on the mainstream media, it's been well received, well applauded. And for me, I feel he's a very good manager. He's proved himself that he's a good manager. But being a good manager is nothing when you haven't got a Premier League experience and you're taking over a top club. Tottenham is a top club if you have to look at their status and the history. So they've always been around top 4, top 6, and that's why we call them a top club. So he hasn't worked with Nuno Espirito from Wolves to Tottenham, and that's an experienced Premier League manager. He didn't work with Mourinho. He didn't work with Conte. Julian Nagelsmann, former Bayern Munich manager, turned them down. Feyenoord, new talented manager, Feyenoord manager, turned them down. They gone for Postecoglou. Please, don't let's overjubilate. Don't let's make too much comment. Everything will depend on his first few months in charge. Everything will depend on the results. I think for the first time, I'm feeling Mr. Daniel Levy is under some pressure. He's never been under this type of pressure. So he's not finding it easy because he hardly gets turned down, and being in this type of situation, look at the amount of managers they've gone for, about half a dozen. And he's gone for a guy coming from Scottish Premier League. Excuse me. For me, Celtic are no different to Leeds or Norwich in style of play. Impressive attacking style of play. And if Celtic should come to Premier League, they will be in the same status as Leeds, as Wales plays that kind of game. And he needs to prove himself now coming into Premier League. He has never met this kind of opposition before. So if he's applying his philosophy of high press, high pace, not even high press, fast attacking type of football, how is he going to deal with the opposition in the Premier League? We would have to wait and see. Mr. Daniel Levy, according to his statement, said, this is the type of game we want. This is the type of man that fits in with our philosophy. High press, impressive, fast-paced game, blah, 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 blah. Yes, Mr. Daniel Levy, we've heard it all before. Mourinho, Conte, the whole lot. We have to wait and see. Nothing is guaranteed if you are inexperienced in this league. I'm not saying it's never worked with inexperienced managers. We have Roberto Dozzabi from Ukraine, Italy, Ukraine, then Premier League. It's worked well for him. First season in charge, it looks like a real godsend. And we'd have to wait on Ange Postecoglou. Zaha to Saudi Arabia. Okay, I was reading this, that Wilfred Zaha has been offered 15 million a year to come to Saudi Arabia. Well, good news. But what really upsets me is Wilfred Zaha being offered 15 million to play in Saudi Arabia. Excuse me. That's how much Ronaldo earns in 3 weeks. Okay, if you're leaving Premier League, where you're being offered 10 million a year, because according to what we've heard, Crystal Palace have offered him 200 grand and a little bit above, I mean, a little bit on top, rather, to stay at Crystal Palace. So why would you go to Saudi Arabia for extra 5M? Okay, 5 million is a lot of money, but not for a Premier League player, really. You know, for an outstanding Premier League player of Wilfred Zaha's caliber. So if it's true that he's been lured to Saudi Arabia because of 15 million per annum, it really doesn't make sense to me. They need to up the game. Give the brother some good money. Excuse me, everybody going to Saudi Arabia. It's like when people started going to China. People were going there for the money. It was obvious. So it's the same thing with Saudi Arabia now. It's all about the money. So why would you go there for 15 M per annum? Excuse me. I'm expecting them to be talking about 50. Yeah, talking about 50 M per annum. If the Ronaldos can be earning about 300 M per annum, oh, excuse me, please. Zaha, think twice, brother, before you do that. Leave golf now. Leave golf seems to be running things. That's my view. Because if you look at the amount of criticism against Saudi Arabia, blood money this, blood money that, we will never allow that. And the PGA golf stars who diverted to leave because of the money, they didn't deny it. They took the money, and all of a sudden, 18 months down the line, the same PGA officials who kept telling us blood money, it will never work, you cannot buy golf, this is insane. All the players who have been taking this money are going to, regret in their career. They said a lot of things. I listened to all of them. I listened to every comment, every statement. And for me to hear that PGA are now merged, they are not trying to merge. They have merged with this same Live Golf from Saudi Arabia. It's a shame. It's a slap on the face. It's a punch on the face for morality. Because everything you have been saying for the last 2 years or so, PGA, is morality. Said, where is your morale? You players taking this money from Saudi Arabia. Now, where's your morale, PGA? Where is the compensation for the guys who have been loyal to you, who refuse to take this chunk of money, these tens of millions, hundreds of millions? Where is the compensation for them? Well, I suspect they wouldn't have marched without anything in place for these guys. It's one of those things they call the non-disclosure agreement. You will never hear it in public, and they will look after them. But it's a very bad example of officials or the establishment, trying to tell us to be morally justified in everything we do, only for them to actually do the opposite. It really pains me because I just felt, how do we teach our children that they should, take to what we teach them, what we tell them in terms of morals? Because, we look up to the government, we look up to the establishment, and all of a sudden, if they've made it so obvious that, hey, excuse me, it's all about the money, everything we're talking about for the last 2 years were bullshit, it's a bit messy. Anyway, good luck to those guys. Good luck to Live Golf. Good luck to everybody involved because, hey, excuse me, I'm not against it. I would love Live Golf or Saudi money to come and take over Twale TV Sport. Yes, though, why not? Come. If you know anybody in Saudi, the sovereign capital bank balance that's, unfinishable, untouchable, bottom left spade cash, as they say it, bring it. Twale needs the money. Why not? Take your brother to Saudi Arabia to start broadcasting from there. Why not? I'll do that for, Oh, West Ham have just scored. Yes, though. Well, this is one thing about final. You can never tell. They've just scored a goal, and a goal is enough to win the final. And I have to. I have no choice but to support West Ham. It's a home team in final. Regardless of the rivalry, we have to support the home team in any European competition. Well done, West Ham. Keep it up. Just make sure you don't lose it now. It's only half hour left. So, well done. And then McAllister to Liverpool. Okay, this is a very quick one I'm going to talk about because, No, I'll leave this to next podcast, really, because Brighton's case for me is a long thing, and I don't want to go into it. So I'm just going to say Thank you for listening, and let's catch up at the next podcast. I'll bring you the McAllister story, definitely. So have a lovely evening, and let's catch up at the next podcast. Hasta la vista, baby. And thank you, everybody that watched our program on the entertainment channel. That, story of courage, of hope. I love the comments. Some people are actually asking, please, we need a part 2 of that. We want to hear more from the guy, Mr. Lani Olagoke. So we will think about that, and we will let you know. But thank you for the comments, for the love. But excuse me, none of you shared the story now. Only about a handful of people shared it. Please do share that story. Okay, if you haven't shared it, let the youths hear it and learn from it. Thank you. Let's catch up at the next podcast. Have a lovely evening, and then we'll catch up. Hasta la vista, baby. Ciao.
It's Twale.